Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about my transfer targets for game week 16. Now with this being the last game week until the World Cup where we'll get those unlimited transfers, now is the best time to go for a 1 week punt. Now as you can see I've got all the game week 16 fixtures on here. Now you're going to be looking at teams that have got the good fixtures obviously to bring in for that one game week. Now obviously you're not going to go for a Brentford, Fulham, Leeds, Southampton or Wolves because there's no point, because I can't imagine you're going to get any points. So if you got, for example, like a Mitrovic or a Tony, I highly recommend getting rid of them right now. Now teams that you're looking at best, I'd say maybe a Bournemouth. Brighton look like a good fixture. Well, you could say Everton is a good fixture. Bournemouth, but it depends how good Bournemouth are at home. Liverpool, but you probably already got Liverpool players, same as Man City. You maybe get a United player in. I know people probably got one player, but you know, might get a second or even a third. Forest, they've got a good fixture, and obviously so Spurs and West Ham. So those are the teams that we're going to be looking at to bring in a 1 week punt player. So my first option is Saliba of Arsenal. Now, to be honest, I should really probably have put the whole back four of Arsenal. So I'm not just talking about Saliba here, I'm talking Ben White, Gabriel or Zinchenko. Any one of them four. The reason why I got Saliba here is because he is the best defender. I mean, he is the highest owned, but he is the best defender and he's the highest price. So if you want to go even cheaper, you go for one of the other three I just mentioned. Now the reason why I've gone for one of the Arsenal defenders is because they've got Wolves away. Now for me, this is guaranteed a clean sheet. You're guaranteed to have 6 points. So if your midfield looking good or your attacking is also looking good, and you're thinking, oh, maybe I'll just pick a defender, go for an Arsenal defender, because I believe you're going to get 6 points guaranteed. And the way like Saliba's playing, Gabriel and the back four, they're getting bonus points. I mean, I know he's only got one here in the last 5 games, but Gabriel had some last game week. So yeah, go for one of the Arsenal centre backs, or defenders should I say, because they're going to get clean sheet in this game. It's guaranteed 6 points. For a 1 week hit, why not? Now my next option is Billing of Bournemouth. He's only 1% owned and he's 5.3 million, so he's cheap. Now this is the type of player I was on about before, where I said you don't want this player in the future, but you see game week 16 fixture and you think, ooh, that looks good, I'll go for that. And this is where Billing fits in this bracket. Now Everton at home is a good fixture. Everton are playing poor at the minute, or they're not winning games, so it looks good. I was kind of hoping that Everton would beat Bournemouth last night in the cup, but I know they changed both teams' their squads, but still, I thought if Everton won that, then I think Bournemouth would have won the following week. But now that Bournemouth have won, I've got a feeling Everton are going to win the league game, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Well, looking at Billing, I mean, I know the last 5 games he's only got 1 goal and 1 assist. Doesn't look great, but he's actually scored 4 goals this season. Now, for a Bournemouth midfielder, I think that's really good. And he's playing attacking with O'Neill in charge. So that's why I think you should really consider looking at Billing, because I think he could do very well in this fixture coming up. So my final option is Gibbs White of Nottingham Forest. He's only 5.5 million and he's not even 1% owned. So this is a very much a differential. And like I said before, you're not going to want him for the future. But game week 16 doesn't look like a bad fixture at all for Forest. Crystal Palace at home. And when you think about the fact that they beat Liverpool recently at home, this is very much a winnable game. Now, Gibbs White, he's great because he plays midfield in the game. But in reality is Cooper's playing them up front. So there's a high chance of him scoring a goal or getting an assist. Now in his last 5 games he's only got 1 of each, and that came in the same game. But he has been a threat all season if you've watched him. He's clearly one of the favourites for Cooper. He's playing week in, week out. He's getting chances. It's a good fixture to have. For 1 week, cheap price, why not go for him? Right, now we're going to look at players that we should look at selling. And my first one is Somerville of Leeds. Now this one, it's not really much of a sell because he's not even 1% owned. This is more of an avoid, I'd say. Reason why, I mean, you can be fooled, let's face it. You look at these last 5 fixtures, or these last 5 games, he scored 3 goals, got 1 assist and 4 bonus points. Now he looks like on paper he's playing really well, and he has been playing well to be fair, but He's not a starter really for Leeds, and this week coming for game week 16, he's got Spurs away. Now, that's a tough fixture for Leeds. It's away. That's why I'm not confident at all. I mean, maybe at home he could do alright, but away I'm not so sure. He is more of a player maybe you want in the future. So in your wild card, you might want to put him in because he's only 4.4 million. He's really cheap. So for game week 16, I would avoid him. In your wild card, maybe you can look at him in the future. But for this week alone, is a definitely I would avoid. Next up, we've got Son of Spurs. Now this has been a real FPL killer this season, hasn't it? He was 12 million. He's down now to 11.6. He's had a torrid season. I don't know if it's him or if his way he's managed his talent to play, but he's been awful. It was only the other week I was saying, bring him in. Why would he selling him? Bring him in because the fixtures don't look too bad. Well, now he's injured. So this is the main reason why I'm telling you now to sell him. But also, he's been terrible this season. I mean, even though, to be fair, if he was fit, I would say probably look at buying him because Leeds at home is a good fixture for Spurs, and they do seem to score a lot of goals against Leeds. But like I said before, Son's injured. He was playing beforehand anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if most people got rid of him before anyway. But yeah, sell Son. He's injured. He's been playing poor anyway. Hopefully he comes back after the World Cup's over and he goes back into form. But yeah, definitely a hard sell for me. And finally, my last option is Ruben Neves. Again, this is somebody that's not really owned by many people. It was really hard to decide which players to get rid of. So this is again another avoid for me rather than a sell, I'd say. But obviously, you look at the last 5 games, he scored 3 goals. So people might be thinking, oh, I might bring him in. He's got 3 goals, 5 bonus points. He looks good. No, don't. He's got Arsenal at home. Arsenal are in incredible form at the minute. So, and Wolves are playing poor recently. And I know they've got a new manager, but he's not coming until after the World Cup, or he'll be in during the World Cup. But yeah, he's not going to be managing against Arsenal either way. So it may look like he's played well recently, but those points are gone now. Chance of him continuing this form, I just don't see it. So for me, Neves is a hard avoid / sell. And there you have it. Those are my transfer targets for game week 16. Now that was a tough one because you really just focus on that one game week, nothing further ahead because you got those unlimited transfers. So yeah, I do hope you liked it. I know those transfer outs weren't great. They were more avoids rather than transfers out. But like I said, it was a tricky one to do. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.